How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to trade icons on FIFA 21. I'm going to go over all the methods to make some really easy coins. This is just two flips I did earlier today. Michael Owen being one of the big ones. I got him for 300 and actually I think it was 300k exact. He's been about 290, 300 all week, and I was able to actually sell him for 350. A little bit lucky, but it does happen quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be showing you guys two methods on what you guys can do to flip and trade these cards, as well as I want to go over exactly what to do, how to do it, and kind of like the thinking and the method behind it all. If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on it, and if you guys are new, make sure you guys subscribe for more FIFA 21 content. Icon trading is easily the most fun thing in the game, for me at least. I know recently it's been a little bit harder just due to a number of things with the market and supply and all that good stuff, especially the way the pages load up on FIFA 21 because of, whatever, the market being how it is. But what you can do, obviously, as you can see here, he actually is back down to 310. Very lucky for me. But as you guys can see, what you're going to do is you're going to obviously go on the transfer market and search. Now, what I'm going to show you guys right now is how I look at icons and what filters you guys should use before I go over the two methods. And I kind of want to explain how fluctuations work. So because icons have very limited supply, like right here, Van Nistelrooy, look how many are on the market. There's literally only 7, and this is one of the lower tier icons. That is the thing with icons. They are very low supply, meaning they fluctuate a lot more because there's high demand for these cards. Everybody wants icons. Icons are really great cards most of the time. And regardless of what stats say, icons, in my opinion, always play better than other cards, like Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy's stats are not really that appealing. However, he plays so different in game compared to some of those other cards that even have better stats than him. They have good stats in key areas like attack positioning, composure, whatever it may be for them, those players. But taking a look at someone like Cannavaro, again, 4 of them on the market. Now, it looks like the supply might not be showing completely. Just this is due to EA, the way the market's set up. But like I said, supply is very, very limited on these cards. Zidane, for example, it says there's 2 on the market right now. You get what I'm saying. There's not a lot of these cards on the market, and this allows for fluctuations, big and small. So what exactly is the fluctuation for these cards? Now, these cards usually, maybe some of the bigger tier cards, these cards usually can fluctuate anywhere between, 50 to, I'd say about 50k from a set price. So Cannavaro right now is about 575. Now this card at sometimes could be 530, it could be 600k. You have to try and find the low points on the market. Now this video is being recorded on a promo Friday. I know it's going to get uploaded on the weekend, but still, it doesn't matter. I'm sure this video will get views throughout the whole year. What happens is during high demand times like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, when people are playing weekend league, buying new players, yada yada yada, the prices tend to be higher when, we're on the Monday, Tuesday stage where we have weekend league sell-off. You see prices start to go down. So that will lead me to my first method, and that is going to be weekly flips on icons. Icons are really easy to do weekly flips with. What you can do is you can go on Footbin and actually look for yourself. I do recommend using Footbin to look at graphs when, finding these players, because the graphs don't lie. They tell you what prices cards can go to and go down to. Now, someone like Giggs, for example, he is about 300k. Now, this card, you could probably pick him up for maybe 270, 260 on, say, a Monday or Tuesday if you get lucky and you kind of search the market and find something. This is a really decent deal, 260 to 310k, let's say. As we see this one go for 304, that is a solid, 20, 30k profit after tax. Now, keep in mind, tax is 5%. But what you can do with all these cards is you have to look for those deals. Raul here, you have 2 for 350, the rest of these cards, you know, about 370. So sometimes the cards will fluctuate down, fluctuate up. You have to, you know, keep in mind for that stuff. So for weekly flips, like I've been saying, the best thing to do is to buy on a Tuesday or a Monday during weekend league sell-off and look to sell on a Friday after a promo comes out or something. These cards really, the fluctuations are really easy for weekly. However, it's very safe. Icons are expensive. Likely you will not make as much as it unless you do daily flipping. Now, daily flipping is what I do, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But with the weeklies, they're very safe flips. I rarely ever see these, you know, weekly cards, you know, go down over a week into a Friday. Usually it's just a pretty simple, you know, up, down, up, down, up, down. You just have to find the right time to buy the bottom. And you can do this by comparing prices on Flippin', watching the graphs over like a week or whatever. And you'll notice that, you know, trends really follow a similar, you know, path. Now, going on to my favorite method, that is going to be the daily flipping. And the reason why I like daily flipping or just quick flipping right away is because it's really, really fun to do and it's really fast to get coins. Now, what you want to do, and for a lot of people, you're going to want to set a filter. And what we're looking for is a big undercut on a card, whether someone's trying to get profit quick or whatever it may be. Now, what you want to do is set, you know, a filter where you have enough coins to buy the cards. That way your search isn't completely filled. And what you're going to want to do is skip to the 59th minute is what it is, and that is the time remaining on the transfer. This is where you find the most deals, honestly. And what you can do with that is you buy the players that are lower than usual. Now, it sounds pretty easy, right? You buy a player that is lower than the usual price and you just resell them. Easy as that, right? Well, this is where, you know, I can tell you guys how to do it, what to do, but this is where you guys are going to have to put in your own work and you're going to have to actually learn the prices of these cards. Now, what I do is I actually have them written down on a piece of paper, which I don't think I have with me at the moment. But what I do is I write them down on a piece of paper, and that way I can kind of hold it up and know the prices. At first, once you start to learn the prices, it's not too bad. But what you do is you want to find undercuts. So for example, we'll take a look at Alan Shearer here. I know this one's a little bit expensive, but this one's about 390K. The next ones on the market are like around 400K he sells for. So what you could do is buy this card for 390 and look to flip them at 410. Now this would be a stupid move because you'd actually lose money on tax, but you get the point of what I'm trying to explain. And this is all you do is you just want to find cards. You can compare prices to look, but like I said, comparing prices is really hard because when you compare prices, what actually ends up happening after a while is you're going to notice that you're actually going to be missing out on deals because people will just get them faster than you. Now, you know, it's just down to learning the prices. Once you learn the prices, it's pretty easy and you just look to sell. Now, a selling tip I will say after you buy a card. For example, if you buy a Schweinsteiger or whatever, Schweinsteiger's lowest card is about 830. Now, I never, ever sell at the lowest price. What happens when you undercut is you contribute to that price going lower, and it makes it more likely that somebody else will undercut you because they're scared that their card is actually going to keep dropping down. What I always do is I always list mine at either the second or third lowest price. So Schweinsteiger's about 838. I'd probably list this one at 845. But you can also compare his price to what it's been for the week. If he's been a little like a pretty decent price and you bought him for lower, let's say he's been 850 all week, you buy him for 790, you could probably list him up for 850, 855, and he'll likely sell at some point. Now, when is the best time to do it? When is the best time to sell? When, you know, what times of the days? Obviously, during promo days is really good. Doing it during content drop, that's a good time to buy because you'll likely find more deals at this time. Now, if you're doing this at, say, you know, in the middle of the night, there's going to be less deals that pop up and there'll be less supply on the market, meaning prices could range a little bit. Now, you have to be careful at night when buying because if prices range, just because, let's say, you know, Schweinsteiger again, for example, just because he's been like 820 or whatever, 818 all day, whatever his price may be, and then all of a sudden at night, the lowest is 950K, that does not mean that he will sell at 950k. So it's something you have to watch out for. You have to see what these cards are selling for, if that makes sense. If something's unclear, please drop a comment. I'll answer as soon as I can to clear it up. Trying my best here to explain it all to you. But essentially that's all you do, is you can just move the min and the max buy now and keep refreshing the market, skipping to that 59th minute, and you know, you just keep looking until you find a deal that pops up. Now, like I said, the market is sometimes screwy. As you guys could see on that search, we started at 2 minutes and it instantly skipped to 20 minutes. Sometimes this happens with the, you know, the last few minutes. Sometimes you miss out on some weird stuff. I know on the web app and the companion app, it's really messed up. It's just EA. It's how the, you know, the market was kind of made, I guess. It was made to kind of make it harder for trading, in my opinion. I think it was intentionally put in the game, but that's just my opinion. But nonetheless, you know, it's just go to the 59th minute, see what's new. It does take a little bit of luck and a little bit of patience. You will have to be patient when doing this. And then quickly we can go through the prices, see if we see anything for super low. If we're unsure and we don't have the prices written down, we can always look and compare price. This would not be a good deal, obviously. Like I said, you have to use your general knowledge. Usually the really good deals will be just up, like, you know, because these deals go by pretty fast, I will say. So just something to watch out for when doing this. Another method you could do is actually bidding. I don't really like to do bidding on PS4, or just because there's so many players on, you'll never ever win them. But on Xbox at night, sometimes bidding does work. What you can do is you can just, you know, you can always do this. You set the max price to, like, I don't know, 90k. And what happens when you do your price range is you'll actually see all the bids that are very low. So for example, we got an 87 SC in here. We got some decent cards. And what you can do is always just add them to your transfer targets, and you can wait until the bid starts to lower down and see if this card will actually go lower than, you know, it usually does. Like I said, it's harder to win these bids on PlayStation, but on Xbox you actually could win a fair few amount, and you can just look to resell for, you know, whatever the market price is. Again, it's a method that is a little bit harder, but what I like to do is whenever I'm searching and I see one of these guys on bid very, very low, I just add them to my transfer targets, and then I just kind of keep doing the other method where I just keep going to the 59th minute. And then, you know, when the bid starts to come down to, you know, 2-3 minutes left to go, then I'll start looking if I want to make a bid if the card is just a little bit too low. Really easy to do. Can make some pretty good profit off of that. And I mean, that's basic. That is the basics of icon trading. Like I said, it's really easy once you start getting into it. You just have to learn the prices. It does take a little bit to learn them, but once you start consistently seeing the prices, you'll start to kind of just know them. I recommend just, you know, get a piece of paper, write down some prices in a specific, you know, filter. On Xbox, you can do 1,000,000 coins and under because there's not as much supply, but on PS4, you'll get pages and pages. What I see some people do is look for icons between 300k and 600k. It makes it much easier to write down prices, you know, on a piece of paper because there's less icons in that range, and you can just kind of trade off of that. And that's what I did at the start of the game when, you know, I was still learning all the new prices. You can use like a spreadsheet or something as well. I know that is not, you know, it's a decent idea. As far as using, you know, console, web app, companion app, it doesn't really matter, honestly, in my opinion. If you know the prices, you know the prices. It really doesn't matter what you use. You know, I guess you can say the web app's a little bit easier just because I feel like it's faster to skip pages. But doing it on console is just as good too. So again, you just have to be patient when doing this all. And, you know, you should be able to make some pretty good profit once you learn how. Again, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys drop a like. Make sure to subscribe if you are new around here. We have tons of FIFA 21 content coming out this week as we finish off with the Rule Breakers promo. And I believe we're going to be getting the Champions League live cards soon. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Peace.